Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, and welcome to Dev Talks. This is Adi Achint. Pakistan, a lot of stuff is happening. Imran Khan is in the cat box, if I may say that. उसको side में कर दिया गया है. There is something that we need to understand. What are his options? क्या deal बना रहा है पाकिस्तान में Imran Khan? Is he going to be actually staying in Pakistan? What will happen to the PTI? और आगे क्या game चलने वाली है? Something that we need to find out. I understand. I think the IPL is on, but in any case, our analysis needs to go forward. So Pakistan has been an interesting case for the past some time. Things have been very quiet. काफी कुछ हंगामा होने को था. Lot of things. Lot of people said, "यार अभी बस ये खत्म हो जाएगा, ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा," but nothing really happened. Imran Khan is still where he is. The Pakistani army is doing whatever they need to. PTI को एकदम साफ कर रहे हैं. And what else is happening is that people are now looking around and saying, यार ये हो क्या रहा है? What is happening? करना क्या है? ठीक है. Let's look at the game. What is the game which is happening? And here we go. Okay. What is the game that is happening? What is the deal that Imran Khan is trying to break with the army? Because at the end of it, please understand, Imran Khan कोई दूध का दुलवा नहीं है. ठीक है. It's very simple that we must understand. Imran Khan is also got his motives. उसका क्या पीछे का angle है? What is he trying to get for himself? देखो, everybody will try and protect himself. Plus, what is the army going to do and what is the army thinking right now? Some insights I got from a little birdie that I sent over who came back and मेरे को उसने कुछ बताया. तो मैं जरा I thought let me just create something and figure out what's happening and how this ये पूरा deal कैसे आगे जाएगा. This show is going to be both in Hindi and English. It's sort of a Hinglish thing that I'm trying out. Let me know how you guys feel. The reason I'm doing that is a lot of I got a lot of requests from our friends on the other side saying, "Sir, आप इंग्लिश में मत बोलिए, आप थोड़ा सा हिंदी भाषा में यूज करिए ताकि हम उर्दू समझ के उसको समझ लेंगे and all that." So this is for all of my friends over there to tell them what is actually happening in their country. Let's begin. As always, I have some slides. थोड़ी बहुत चीजें मैंने इकट्ठी करी हुई हैं. But before I do, please do like this video, subscribe to the channel. uh, you know let's grow as a community. You can join our Dev Talks WhatsApp group, which is link is down there, or you can also follow me on Telegram. Link is down there, and of course on Twitter to get the latest updates and certain conversations which are happening. Now you can also contribute towards the Dev Talks effort by using the QR code in the corner, or becoming a member, or sending us a super sticker or a super chat. Let's begin. Pakistan, interesting. Now, if you guys remember, मैंने जब ये पाकिस्तान में all this कचरा was happening, I was पहला था मैं जो मैंने बोला था यार ये कुछ गड़बड़ है. This whole thing has been staged. It looks like a complete staged affair. And as days goes by, मेरे को थोड़ा थोड़ा ये confirmation आ रही है कि यार ये पूरा everything has been sorted by the army. इन लोगों ने बड़ी अच्छी तरह से प्लान किया है इसको. This whole thing has been designed for a certain outcome. अब वो आउटकम आता है कि नहीं आता है समथिंग यू नीड टू सी. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, ऑल प्लान्स जो होते हैं ना, वो दे गो आउट द विंडो द मिनट द फर्स्ट बुलेट इज फायर्ड. ठीक है, दिस इज अ गुड ओल्ड सेइंग इन द आर्म फोर्सेस. बट इन एनी केस थोड़ी सी चीजें हैं. आई थॉट विल बिफोर वी गेट इनटू थोड़ा सा मीट में एक दो फनी फनी चीजें थी, तो मैं बोला चलो दिखा देते हैं. This is what Bilawal Bhutto says. Pakistan's presence in the SEO meeting helped US counter India's propaganda that Muslims or Kashmiris are terrorists. Matlab, he's on the payroll of the US. I use the opportunity to debunk the Indian narrative and say that our people are in fact victims of terror. Well, तो बोलते रहे यार, इसको क्या फर्क पड़ता है. बट एक चीज है भाई, दिस भाई साहब हैज बीन इन अ डिफरेंट गेम ऑल टुगेदर. ठीक है, इनका तो मोड ही अलग चल रहा है. ये इनका जो स्विच है ना, वो अलग डायरेक्शन में है. ही इज बीन टॉकिंग अबाउट समथिंग टोटली डिफरेंट. एंड फनीली स्पीकिंग, इंटरेस्टिंगली स्पीकिंग, बहुत कम जगहों में इसने इमरान खान के बारे में कुछ बोला है. ही इज नॉट बीन वेरी वोकल अबाउट व्हाट इज एक्चुअली हैपनिंग. ये बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग था. पीटीआई वाले ये बड़ा घुमाते रहते हैं आजकल. वाज गेटिंग टैग्ड अराउंड ऑन ट्विटर, टेलीग्राम. मैंने हर जगह देखा है इस चीज को. सो दो गवर्नमेंट की कंपैरिजन है, विच इज शहबाज शरीफ लुक्स लाइक अ काउबॉय or whatever, and Imran Khan, the cricketer of the century. अब ये दोनों की परफॉर्मेंस है, इसमें बता रहे हैं भाई जीडीपी इमरान खान के टाइम पे 6.10% बढ़ी, पता नहीं कहाँ से कौन से सपने में सोच रहे थे ये सब चीजें. वेयर आर दे गेटिंग ऑल दिस डेटा फ्रॉम इज समथिंग which amazes me. एंड इसके टाइम पे 0.29% सब कुछ नीचे गिर रहा है. तो ये पूरा देखिए अब, ऑन द राइट हैंड साइड सब कुछ रेड में जा रहा है, ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग इन द ग्रीन. सो इमरान खान वाज इमरान खान यार, उसने तो एकदम जादू की छड़ी, बुशरा बीवी, सम जादू टोना, व्हाटएवर ही डिड, एंड ही गॉट द कंट्री गोइंग टू ग्रीन. मैं नहीं बोल रहा, ये पीटीआई वाले बोल रहे हैं. सो प्लीज डोंट ब्लेम मी सेइंग यार आप भी इमरान खान के प्रोपेगेंडा में फंस गए हो. दैट्स नॉट द केस. अभी ये देखो, दिस इज, आई मीन, बोलते हैं ना पाकिस्तानीज हैव दिस सिंड्रोम. अब चाइनीज को बोलते हैं यार देव गॉट दिस मिडिल किंगडम सिंड्रोम. ठीक है, वो हम तो भैया सेंटर ऑफ द अर्थ है. वी आर द सेंटर ऑफ द अर्थ एंड एवरीथिंग शुड रिवॉल्व अराउंड अस. ठीक है, चाइनीज एटलीस्ट हैव सम स्टैंडिंग, थोड़ी इकोनॉमी है, मिलिट्री है, टेक्नोलॉजी है, थोड़ा स्टैंडिंग है. इनका क्या स्टैंडिंग है? एंड लुक एट हु दे आर कंपेयरिंग देमसेल्व्स टू. इमरान खान किसके साथ कंपैरिजन कर रहा है अपने आप को? डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के साथ. अच्छा जी, दीज आर द कंपैरेटिव्स. उसमें जो रिस्पॉन्स लिखा हुआ है, नॉट दिस इज ऑब्वियसली पीटीआई प्रोपेगेंडा. ठीक है, इन लोगों ने बनाया है, कोई यूएस से नहीं आया है. दिस नॉट कम फ्रॉम द ऑफिशियल सोर्सेज ऑफ द यूएस की दिस इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. बट दिस इज, लुक एट द माइंडसेट ऑफ द पीपल कि ये दिस इज हाउ द कंट्री इज एक्चुअली थिंकिंग. इनका थिंकिंग ही टेढ़ी है. ठीक है, दे वांट टू ब्रिंग अबाउट दिस काइंड ऑफ रोजी पिक्चर्स अबाउट समवन. हर चीज को अपना पेडेस्टल में चढ़ा लेते हैं. मसाया कॉम्प्लेक्स. यस्टरडे आई हैड दिस वंडरफुल कॉन्वर्सेशन विद तिलक देवासर साहब के साथ बात कर रहे थे. तो आई मेंशन दिस मसाया कॉम्प्लेक्स एंड ही आल्सो सेड हाँ यार, ये बड़ा, दिस इज अ वेरी थिंग इन पाकिस्तान. हर कोई ना इनका वो बस बाप दादा गुरु बन जाता है. मतलब अब फौज है तो वो है मिठाइयाँ बांटेंगे रोड पे एंड दिस एंड दैट. बट इट्स, they're too emotional people. Okay, and this is what you can see, right? अब ये आईएमएफ तो भैया पता नहीं कहाँ से मैंने भी उठा लिया है. आई शुड बी डूइंग दैट बिकॉज पाकिस्तानी खुद ही बात नहीं करते. तो चलो दिस थिंग. अभी जो ये जो पॉपुलर यूट्यूबर्स हैं जिनके पीछे हम लोग पड़े रहते हैं सारा टाइम, बाय द वे, इंडिया में तो उनकी सबसे ज्यादा फॉलोइंग आरजू काजमी, कमर चीमा, इनकी तो फॉलोइंग ही हमारी है. एनीवेज दीज पॉपुलर यूट्यूबर्स आर सेइंग कि भाई हमको चाइना के कैंप में जाके बैठना चाहिए कि यूएस के कैंप में जाके बैठना चाहिए. एज इफ इनके पास चॉइस है. यूएस ना मतलब रेड कार्पेट लेके बैठा हुआ है जी, आओ हमारे कैंप में बैठो. चाइना भी रेड कार्पेट लगा के बैठा हो जी, आओ इधर पे आओ, आप हमारे कैंप में आके बैठो. दिस गाइस हैव सम दिस थिंग दैट दे आर सो रेलेवेंट इन द वर्ल्ड. अभी दी ओनली अपॉर्चुनिटी जिसके बारे में मैं एंड में बात करूंगा, अगर पाकिस्तान कुड प्ले अ रोल, इज अगर तालिबान और ईरान का कुछ घिट हो जाता है तो, और यूएस में बीच में कुछ तिकड़म करने की कोशिश करेगा, तो पाकिस्तान कुड गेट सम रेलेवेंस. इसके ऊपर आई विल डू अ सेपरेट एपिसोड वे वी विल टॉक अबाउट ये हो क्या रहा है. ठीक है, बिकॉज दिस इज अ इंटरेस्टिंग गेम कि तालिबान अभी स्टेटमेंट डाल रहे हैं कि भाई हम ईरान को 24 घंटे में उड़ा देंगे. एनीवेज, ये दिस रीजन हैज समथिंग रॉन्ग विद इट. बट आईएमएफ इज सेइंग भाई तुम चाइना से बात करो, अदरवाइज यू नॉट गेटिंग एनीथिंग. And the latest rumor is the IMF has told them, "Bhai sahab, don't come to us. You're not going to get anything from us because you're not, doing what we are telling you to do." तो ये this is there now. अब आते हैं मीट में. ठीक है, let's come to the game. क्या हो रहा है? -1 का एक फॉर्मूला था, पुराना फॉर्मूला है, जिसके अंदर आर्मी क्या करती थी कि they would just remove the head. अब they remove the head, the entire thing used to fall down because cult, messiah, कॉम्प्लेक्स. अब वो बंदे को ही हटा दो तो पूरा नीचे गिर जाता है. सो दिस इज द -1 फॉर्मूला दैट द आर्मी डज. और ये इसके बारे में काफी कुछ पाकिस्तानी भी बात कर रहे हैं. अब इनका कोई यौम दिवस दिवस कुछ हुआ था, वट एवर, आई मीन दैट यौम दिफा, आई डोंट गिव अ रैट्स बैक साइड. बट एनीवेज इनका कुछ हुआ था जिसके अंदर इन लोगों ने ये वॉल ऑफ शेम बनाई. ठीक है, अब इसमें हर जगह किसी को जूते लगा रखा है, किसी को खून फेंका हुआ है, किसी को ये करा हुआ है, वो करा हुआ है, ऑल दैट स्टफ दैट दे आर डूइंग. अभी ये इंटरेस्टिंग चीज क्या है कि इन लोगों ने ये बना, पूरा प्रोपेगेंडा चल रहा है. यू कैन इमेजिन आर्मी का कोई बंदा बैठा है, आईएसआई एम विंग, जो मीडिया विंग है उनकी, वहां बैठ के दे आर एक्चुअली कमिंग अप विद स्टफ एंड सेइंग भाई ऐसे ऐसे करना है, दिस इज व्हाट वी शुड डू. बत्रा जी, वीडियो एंड ऑडियो इज ब्रेकिंग इन द मिडल, इज दैट सो? गिव मी अ सेकंड, लेट मी जस्ट turn off everything I have. Okay, I think it should be all right. Let me know, sir. Can you hear me? This is pretty gonna get interesting, so I hope you can hear me. Can you please confirm to me in the comments? Okay, somebody just messaged me. You can hear. Okay, fair enough. Right. Okay, so wall of shame बनाया लोगों ने, and they said कि भाई wall of shame कि भाई these are the guys of जिन लोगों ने पाकिस्तान के साथ गड़बड़ करी है. Now the गड़बड़ itself, देखो यार ऐसा है, मिलिट्री इंस्टॉलेशंस को तोड़ दो, यू ब्रेक, यू नो जहाज तोड़ दो, बाहर पड़ा हुआ है, जीएचक्यू को तोड़ दो, ये तोड़ दो, वो तोड़ दो. आ, ठीक है, द आर्मी वुड हैव आल्सो सेड एनीथिंग. जहां आई थिंक आर्मी का थोड़ा सा दर्द हुआ है इज बेसिकली देव गॉन एंड हिट दोस वॉर मेमोरियल्स. नाउ दैट इज थोड़ा, आई मीन थोड़ा नहीं, एक्चुअली काफी, एज अ जस्ट एन ऑब्जर्वर बोल रहा हूँ यार, वॉर मेमोरियल को तोड़ना थोड़ा सा ना, इट्स क्रॉसिंग अ लिटिल लाइन. आई मीन दे वेंट अक्रॉस एक चीज. अभी वो क्या बेचारे, वो जो एक कारगिल में बंदा था उसका सिर काट दिया. दिस इज क्रॉसिंग अ बिट ऑफ लाइन. सो आई थिंक इसके बारे में काफी, एंड एज अ मैटर फैक्ट, इफ यू अगर आप ट्विटर में भी इसके बारे में आप देखोगे, सो लॉट ऑफ पीपल हैव स्टार्टेड अब्यूजिंग दिस पार्टी, सेइंग कि भाई दिस, या ना ना ना, ये ठीक नहीं है, आर्मी को मारो बट ये मत करो. सो देर इज अ लिटिल, यू नो वो थोड़ा गलत हो गया ये इन लोगों से. इन एनी केस, आई मीन मैं हु एम आई टू एडवाइस, बट दिस इज व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. इमरान खान को क्या किया भाई, दैट ईसीएल लिस्ट और व्हाटएवर, ही कांट लीव द कंट्री, उसको उठा के नो फ्लाई लिस्ट में डाल दिया. This news I took about a couple of days ago. That time 80-90 people were there. Now it is about I think 800 people that have been उनको no fly list में डाल दिया. And इमरान खान and उसकी बीवी को भी. So it's ऐसा है, हस्बैंड मियाँ बीवी दोनों राजी, खत्म. दोनों को साथ में उठा के they've said. Now इमरान खान gave a statement कि भाई thank you so much for doing this. मैं तो कहीं जाना ही नहीं है, तो मेरे को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. देखते हैं उसके बारे में. पाकिस्तान का हेल्थ मिनिस्टर comes out and says भाई इमरान खान रिपोर्ट शोज कोकेन यूज. नाउ यार ऐसा है, दिस इज समथिंग दैट इज वेल नोन. आप गूगल करके देख लो, रहम खान हैज रिटन अबाउट इट. आई मीन देवर, उसने तो ऐसा लिखा है कि एक बारी वो कहीं पे शी वाज एट होम और समथिंग लाइक दैट, एंड शी ओपन द डोर एंड ऑफ द बाथरूम, एंड दिस गाय हैड हिज लाइक अ not a little bag, a nice big bag of whatever he was doing, and he was trying to prepare it for his consumption. And then he fell on her feet and said sorry and this and that and ये वो. तो ये आप देखो, दिस इज समथिंग विच इज वेल नोन, सो दे आर प्लेइंग ऑन दिस. बट जो भी कह लो, जिनको नहीं पता था, ठीक है, अब ये कोकेन बोल रहे हैं, देयर इज आल्सो अल्कोहल व्हिच हैज बीन सेड. नाउ इंटरेस्टिंगली दिस इज बेसिकली, अब बोलते हैं ना इसकी, यो व्हाट यू ट्राइंग टू डू, इसको काटने की कोशिश कर रहे हो आप. पता है इसको उठाया तो यार और पंगे होंगे, तो इसको भी काटो एक एक करके, जस्ट स्लाइस हिम ओपन, धीरे धीरे करके. Say, if you have an onion, you take out one layer at a time. That's what is happening. So हर रोज कुछ ना कुछ आएगा, हर रोज something will happen. Some video will come out somewhere, some recording will come out somewhere. वो एक है आईडी, मैं भूल रहा हूँ, ट्विटर के ऊपर, I'll try and put it up here. वो कुछ हैकर टाइप है, और काफी सारी चीजें he is putting out, so you can actually see all this stuff actually happening. You know this thing, Mr. Iyer, I will come to that. This exile business is a little interesting. We'll talk about this. Okay, let's just let me build the premise. So all of us are in the same page, so that we will kind of we will talk about it then. This medical report, I'm sure all of you have seen by now. This was interesting, but yeah, the reason I put this up, जो भी कह लो भाई, if you take my medical report, there'll be all of these things will have a little bit wrong. This guy is a 70-year-old man and fighting fit. मान गए भैया, 3 गोलियां खा के सो कॉल्ड, ठीक है, 3 गोलियां खा के सो कॉल्ड, एंड ही स्टिल fighting fit, right? He's got his pulse okay, his beats are okay, this and that. नहीं यार, my little birdie is not नंदम सेठी चिड़िया. नंदम सेठी की चिड़िया थोड़ी बुढ़ी हो गई है, वो क्रिकेट खेल रही है आजकल. तो मेरी थोड़ी, mine is a AI generated birdie that goes around, scours the internet and comes back, right? This is something a lot of journalists are talking about. And एक और missing person, and I took this up with, मैंने काफी लोगों से बात करी है इसके बारे में कि यार देखो ऐसा है, पाकिस्तानी आर्मी जो आज कर रही है पंजाब के अंदर, जो कर रही है, दिस इज समथिंग दैट इट्स नॉट न्यू. ओके, अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल सेइंग यार ये पहली बार ही हो रहा है पंजाब पाकिस्तान में. ना भाई, प्लीज सी द मिसिंग पीपल रिपोर्ट इन बलूचिस्तान. प्लीज सी जितने लोगों को उठा के लेके जाते हैं और उनकी डेड बॉडीज कहाँ कहाँ मिलती हैं. कईयों की तो बेचारों की वो भी नहीं मिलती हैं. 10-10 साल हो गए हैं, किसी को पता ही नहीं है बंदा कहाँ गया. ठीक है. सो व्हाट दे यूज्ड टू डू इन दीज फार फ्लंग रीजन्स, जहां पर बलोचिस्तान में डंडा मार के चाइनीज को घुसाना था, ये करना था, वो करना था, ये जो उस जगहों में करते थे, नाउ दे स्टार्टेड डूइंग इट इन द मेन स्ट्रीम ऑफ पाकिस्तान. ठीक है. ये बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है हमको समझने के लिए कि जो द फीलिंग ऑफ डिस्पैरिटी जो एक कनेक्ट होता है आर्मी का और अपने अपने कंट्रीमैन के साथ, अभी तक तो सॉलिड है. आई कैन सी दैट. हाँ, पीपल आर लिटिल अपसेट, पर वो भूल जाएंगे. बट अगर ऐसी चीजें चलती रहेंगी, दीज काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स कंटिन्यू ऑन, तो यार दिस थिंग हैज टू, कहीं पे तो टूटेगा ये. ठीक है. एंड दिस इज समथिंग दैट द आर्मी शुड बी थिंकिंग अबाउट. है कि नहीं. तुम यू आर गोइंग इनटू द सिविल सोसाइटी, आप किसी की माँ उठा लेते हो, किसी की बीवी उठा लेते हो. अब ये यार थोड़ा ठीक है. आई मीन वो इमरान रियाज खान गायब हो रखा है, पता ही नहीं है वो कोई आईजी वाईजी जो है इनका पंजाब का, वो आगे कहता है कोर्ट को, भाई हमको नहीं पता, कोई एजेंसी उठा के लेगी उसको. आई मीन पुलिस वाला है सेइंग दिस इन कोर्ट कि भाई हमको पता ही नहीं है वो कहाँ है. कोई बंदे आए, मास्क शास्क पहना हुआ था, उठा के ले गए उसको. सो दिस इज गोना प्ले अ बिग रोल इन द माइंडसेट ऑफ पाकिस्तान. और इसके बारे में मैं हर पाकिस्तान एपिसोड में आई हैव बीन टॉकिंग अबाउट इट कि द माइंडसेट इज गेटिंग अफेक्टेड. एंड दैट इज व्हाट आई एम मोर वरीड अबाउट नाउ. सबसे बड़ा तरीके इंसाफ, पीटीआई इंसाफियंस जो बोलते हैं इनको, Asad Umar resigned and Shireen Mazari went and Fawad Chaudhary left and this and that and ये वो सब कुछ हो रहा है. एक इनका था ना, होता क्या है, इनको अरेस्ट करते हैं. आई थिंक दिस इज वेल नोन. इनका थोड़ा सा टिक 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 होता है. उसके बाद इनको बाहर निकालते हैं एंड देयर सेड कि भाई तुम जाके प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करो, प्लीज डू अ प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस एंड से नो 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 दिस दैट इमरान खान इज बैड एंड दिस एंड दैट. अब इनका एक बंदा है मलिक अमीर डोगर. ठीक है. दिस गाय इज अंडर फायर बिकॉज ने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस नहीं करी, ऐसे ही भाग गया. So you can imagine these guys are also very funny. हाँ, ये आएंगे, उल्टे काम करेंगे, ये वो and all that stuff. But please understand, their system is so simple कि किसी को अंदर लेके आओ, उसको थिंक टैंक करो अच्छे से. ठीक है, अच्छे से. And these videos are there all over the place बेचारे. अब वो सी लॉट ऑफ पीपल सेइंग यार वो एक किसी लड़की की बेचारी की वीडियो है, वो कहीं पे कुछ उसके साथ टॉर्चर शॉर्चर हो रहा था, लोग बोल रहे हैं पुराना है. चलो ठीक है, मान लिया, इट मे बी पुराना, बट इट इज ऑल्सो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव है कि ऐसा थोड़ी है कि आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट अ रिप्रेजेंटेशन फैक्टर. अब ये भी मेकअप है क्या है मुझे नहीं पता, बिकॉज देर इज मार्क्स बट नो स्वेलिंग, राइट. बट ठीक है, वी नो सॉफ्टवेयर अपडेट हैपेंस. दिस इज अनदर थिंग विच इज कमिंग आउट नाउ इंटरेस्टिंगली. एक इनका जो होम मिनिस्टर है वो रात को 12:30 बजे प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करता है एंड ही कम्स अराउंड एंड सेड कि भैया हमारे पास एक रिकॉर्डिंग है जहां पीटीआई वालों की कंस्पिरेसी है कि दे शुड अलेज रेप and damage themselves so that they look like that. I mean, this is, while saying that I feel so bad and I'm so sorry. I apologize. It's terrible, but this is the reality. ये एक कंट्री है जहां पर एक होम मिनिस्टर आके एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करता है रात को 12:30 बजे एंड वो बोलता है कि भाई दिस इज व्हाट द प्लान इज. And this is just another Pakistani who is a blue tick owner now, which doesn't mean much. That it means that he has $8 to spend. But he says कि भाई that means something like this has already happened. अब ये चीज बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग है कि you know look at the allegations which are coming across, right? अब even if there is 10% truth to it, 10%, 1%, 2%, 5%, take your guess. I'm not saying the entire thing. सब कुछ जो ये लोग बोल रहे हैं वो सब कुछ सही नहीं हो सकता, कुछ तो प्रोपेगेंडा भी होगा. बट थोड़ा बहुत जो ट्रूथ है दैट्स अ बिट डिस्टर्बिंग. ये क्या है. एंड देयर आर वीडियोस ऑफ दिस यार. ये इनके वीडियोस हैं जब पुलिस वाले लड़कियों को उठा के, मतलब लिटरली दे आर अब्यूजिंग देम एंड थ्रोइंग देम इन द बस. एक वीडियो है वो बोलता है पता नहीं, मैं देखो मैं तुमको क्या करता हूँ एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ. देयर इज अनदर वीडियो of a guy breaking down in the press conference and saying कि भाई मेरे को जो बोला, मैं बैठा हुआ था, मेरे घर में लोग भेजे, और वहां पर जो मेरे साथ बात कर रहा था उसने, he told the guy who was in my house that take off the clothes of my wife and drag her over here, and this is there in record. It's not a AI, it's not a deep fake, it's something that you can see. So there is something happening around here, and which is what gives me the idea that the persecution जो पाकिस्तानी आर्मी ने perfection में करा है, who they perfected it, you know, they perfected this entire persecution. This is now being tried out in Punjab, जो इनका main hub है. And this is something a lot of people would kind of disagree with, but understand this, ये चीजें को you can't, इनको गेज करना बड़ा मुश्किल है. I can't put a meter कि भाई अभी वो 10% हो गया है. It's not possible. This is a mindset. It will go through people's minds. China may be in such a hard country where CCTV cameras and this and that, you still have people protesting, right? So there is communication between people. वो कभी रोकना बहुत मुश्किल है. Now this is Khadija Shah, बड़ी fashion designer. She's a daughter, granddaughter of a former Pakistani army chief. बड़ी सॉब स्टोरीज हैं, अरे ये वो दिस दैट, कि वो बड़ी प्योर पाकिस्तानी हैं, ये है, अरेस्ट करते हैं तो पूरा मुंह ढक के जाएंगी, बट दिस इज, so I mean this is just a representative. I don't, she has a personal life, let her do what she wants to, she can roam around in whatever she wants to, she's a Pakistani, that's her bad luck. But the mindset again, sob stories निकल रही हैं now. In sob stories में, as I was saying, some sort of reality has to be there, and we must accept that. So let's put a pin on that and say this is what is happening, but don't believe everything, huh? Here is the social media head of Imran Khan and PTI, Dr. Iftikhar Durrani, and this was a video, very graphic. This lady is Rabia Malik, who tweets for Imran Khan. Okay, and there's a very illicit video of them floating around the place. You can imagine it, the clarity and stuff like that of this particular photograph. It's a screen grab, and it is there. So that means this is something that has been planned. So what is the modus operandi? Beating, threatening, family, women, terrible things that we spoke about, and this. And of course, corruption, ye wo, and all that stuff. So this is pretty evident, and this video is all over the place. इमरान खान को भी टाइट करके रखा हुआ है. टुमारो वन JIT is getting summoned. क्या वो some this violent silence JIT, some questioning is going to happen and this and that tomorrow at 4 o'clock. So they'll drag him around the place, they'll take him to court. अभी वो May 31st is his bail will be finishing and some extension will happen, so he'll have to run around and do all this stuff. So pressure, right? So this is not just the pressure on Imran Khan. Imran Khan को अभी तो छोड़ रखा है, but this is the pressure on the support structure of Imran Khan. So the -1 is to make sure that the leader becomes useless and he himself scoots. How far is that going? Because Imran Khan ने said मैं तो जा ही नहीं रहा कहीं पे. अब यार है तो, he's not a guy probably you can scare, and he's done shit in his life. Sportsman है तो थोड़ा दम शम तो है ही यार. But no, all these guys leave and go. मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है इनके ऊपर. ये केस था, वो केस था, टेररिज्म केस था, कोर कमांडर आर्मी एक्ट, ये वो, all that stuff was there. Now when these guys resign PTI, all these cases just go, right? जितने लोगों ने PTI छोड़ी उसके बाद, after that no FIR, no nothing, quiet, finished. That tells you the hypocrisy of the whole situation, that even the judiciary, and मैं काफी टाइम से बोल रहा हूँ, ठीक है, बंदियाल साहब ने अभी थोड़ा सा खड़े हुए हैं जो चीफ जस्टिस, he's standing up a little bit, but for how long? Is he corruptible or not? अब they will find that way, they will do something. अब चीफ जस्टिस के साथ होगा जो, it won't come in the media and on social media, वो quietly होगा. But all these cases just vanish. Khatam, finished, quiet. Also, these things which are happening today happen to others also. Zardari has been in jail, I think, what, 10 years or something? Nawaz Sharif, look at what all happened to him. They put him in jail and got the media to photograph him, and he was standing like that. Uh, they dragged his backside out, and a whole lot of things they did. So this is stuff that has happened to everyone, every one of them. And as we go forward, we'll see that. आर्मी एक्ट के लिए नोटिफिकेशन निकाल दिया भाई. These are the people, 16 people, हमको अभी भेजो, immediately करो ये वो and all that stuff. So that pressure. ठीक है, 25th May का this letter is there. uh, Again, it's interesting कि ये चीजें होनी शुरू हो गई हैं. 16 accused, attack on core commander's house. ठीक है, so this handed over today. Again, some 8-9 people have been told भाई इनको भी भेजो आगे. Best is one IGP, Major retired Ziaul Hassan's son. Major IGP पहुंचा हुआ बंदा. He is only caught in this. So after all, I mean that Air Commodore Sajad Haider was also there in this. And you know, there are videos that this Khadija woman, जिसको आज तो बोलते हैं भैया, she's more Pak than Pakistan itself, कि ये तो थी नहीं वहां पर. अब इसने वीडियोस डिलीट करी, लोगों ने सेव करके रखी, which are there on the this thing. Must understand, this woman was actually driving the car that took the main, leaders of the protest inside the house. So she was very much involved. ठीक है, तो ये चीजें, all sob stories coming out of PTI, all sob stories coming out of the army as well. So it's there's no one who's this thing. But it's again people like us who need to try and make some sense out of this entire mess. पाकिस्तान पीटीआई को बैन कर देते हैं. पहले बिलावल से नहीं 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 बैन नहीं करना, बैन नहीं करना, बैन नहीं करना. देन दे नहीं नहीं कर दो कर दो कर दो, ठीक है. That's the only time I have heard a statement coming out of the PPP against all this stuff. अब क्यों नहीं बोलते हो, क्यों नहीं बोलते भाई? With a lot of Imran Khan lovers, followers, ethnicity in Karachi and all that stuff, these guys will lose out. इनका तो होल्ड है, वो पंगे हो जाएंगे. So they are also being very cautious right now. Plus Billu has been shining his brass knuckles for a while to kind of salute the army. Ex ISI chief being investigated into corruption. ये है कहाँ भाई? आता है जाता है, पता ही नहीं है कहाँ. Why isn't he still been caught? Why is this guy still able to operate? What does he have? We'll see. Now Imran Khan, of course, is in action. Court shorts, बंदियाल जब तक है, चलो कुछ करते हैं. This is interesting. एक ऑडियो लीक की कमिटी बनाई थी under Justice Ijaz, who's the next guy who's coming in as the Chief Justice. अभी क्या हुआ? They rubbished that committee and they formed another committee with the guy whose audio leak is there. He's investigating his own self. So there's one audio leak with regards the Chief Justice of Pakistan, and the Chief Justice of Pakistan is heading the committee that is investigating that. तो ये भी दूध के कोई धुला नहीं है. A lot of people in India started saying, "नहीं, this is the first time we are seeing the judiciary stand up." Ta-da! ये भाई लगा हुआ है केस पे केस. The army is in control of KPK and Punjab. He's saying, "भाई, this is illegal." Then he's saying, military courts में आप try नहीं कर सकते. This is illegal. Who's given you permission? There's that, ये वो. So he's filing cases against the government and the army. Now, this is interesting that happened today, and this was supposed to be, Supreme Court Amendment Act hai ye, wherein there are 2-3 things under it, where the Supreme Court's suo motu action powers have been cut, and it also brings in certain, old cases against these two interesting people, so they can return to politics. नवाज शरीफ ठीक है यार, बुढ़ा हो गया बेचारा, बट जहांगीर तरीन गाइज निकालो, पिन पे लगा के दीवार में लगा लो, इज एन इंटरेस्टिंग कैरेक्टर, राइट? ही सडनली कम इनटू न्यूज एंड विल डिस्कस व्हाई. बाहर से इमरान खान लॉबी फर्म्स, एज व्हाट्स हिज नेम, दैट bald guy who comes on these shows, Sajid Tarar says, लॉबिंग फर्म इनकी वाशिंगटन डीसी में काम कर रही हैं. एनीवेज, काम तो कर रही हैं. दिस केम आउट ऑफ द स्टेट डिपार्टमेंट, बाय द वे. ठीक है, इज द स्पोक्स पर्सन, वन ऑफ द स्पोक्स पीपल ऑफ द स्टेट डिपार्टमेंट. Democratic principles and free speech, as if they do it themselves. But in any case, I'm not here to defend Pakistan here. तो एक स्टेटमेंट ये आया, इंटरनेशनल ह्यूमन राइट्स फाउंडेशन में आ रहा है, यू नो दैट्स रिपोर्टर्स विदाउट बॉर्डर्स में आ रहा है, रिपोर्टर्स sans borders, RSF. Lot of stuff is being written there about it. I read 2 articles that was very very interesting. They spoke about वो अरशद शरीफ, इनका जो जर्नलिस्ट था जिसको बेचारे को मार दिया था केनिया में, उसके बारे में पूरी स्टोरी लिखी है उन लोगों ने. So internationally, this thing is still alive, but nobody gives a, you know what, because Pakistan has cried wolf too many times. अब वो कोई सुन नहीं रहा, ठीक है, and which is giving these guys, ये जो बैठे हैं अभी, a छोटा सा gap to kind of scrape through. Finance, now who cares, ठीक है, but in any case, you know, IMF तो खत्म हो रहा है, and they've said, भाई, IMF has said, get lost. You either do what we are telling you to do, and what are they telling them to do? ये चीज जनरल नारायण के साथ डिस्कस करी थी हमने. दे हैव सेड कि भाई अपनी आर्मी को 1/3 काटो, अपने स्ट्रेटेजिक वेपन्स कम करो, ठीक है, वो कर नहीं सकते. तो आईएमएफ ने साइड कर दिया. देयर रिजर्व्स, ये ऑब्वियसली 25 तारीख की न्यूज है, 26 की न्यूज, आई थिंक 26 और 26 की न्यूज है. $9.73 बिलियन. यार इनको पैसे कौन दे रहा है? दे वर डाउन टू अबाउट $3 बिलियन. समबडी इज गिविंग देम मनी फ्रॉम समवेयर. कहां से आ रहे हैं इनके पास पैसे? दे मेक नथिंग, दे एक्सपोर्ट वेरी लिटिल. यूक्रेन को कितने इन लोगों ने आर्म्स बेचे होंगे? कांट बी अबाउट 6 or 7 बिलियन डॉलर्स. कहां से आ रहे हैं इनके पास पैसे? चाइना ने 1-2 दे दिए, आई थिंक सऊदी ने एक आधा कुछ दे दिया है. समथिंग इज देयर, समबडी इज पेइंग देम मनी, ठीक है, बट 9.7 पे है भी है, थोड़ी गर्दन बाहर है, ज्यादा टाइम के लिए नहीं है, बट बाहर है. अब पैसे कहीं से तो इकट्ठे करोगे. इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल्स आर सपोज्ड टू बी गोइंग अप, ठीक है. And again, I'm asking this money thing very carefully, huh? Guys, if anybody, few in the comments have specific answers. Yeah, you're saying Atul, you're saying money is coming from USA. Fair enough. Let's get some sources, यार. ये बड़ा mystery funding है पाकिस्तान की. ये कौन कर रहा है? Who's doing this? Let's get some sources. I have not been able to find much. वो 2 बिलियन यहाँ रोल ओवर, ये रोल ओवर does not mean that the country is giving them money. Roll over means कि इनको they had to pay, they don't have to pay anymore. यहाँ तो इनको पैसे आ रहे हैं यार, कहाँ से आ रहे हैं? So I'm a little weirded about this. इनके जो remittances हैं, they've come down by 30%. People have stopped sending money home. Another reason is the dollar is in, you know, the Pakistani rupee is in such bad condition. जो बंदा पहले $100 भेजता था, या $2, $5, $100 भेजता था, now, you know, that thing is actually becoming, you know, much more valuable. But it still doesn't make sense. There's something amiss. Asim Munir, general. अगर पीटीआई वालों से पूछो, एक वो है ना, what's his name, that guy, Adil Raja, I mean, a loud brash fellow. It's just a little too much to watch. That guy, I've seen him once or twice. He's too brash. But in any case, you know, they got his YouTube ID and Facebook and all that banned. I mean, I would have done that long time ago if I was Pakistan. वो बैठ के तो पूरा protest direct कर रहा था वहां पर. There were 2 colonels sitting with him, and एक ये बैठा हुआ था, 2 colonel, retired colonel, Akbar Ejaz and some Mehdi chap, Hassan Mehdi or something. Both are retired colonels, and they were sitting, इनके साथ ये तो protest direct कर रहे थे वहां पर. यार इधर जाओ, उधर जाओ, खामोश मुजाहिद and this and that and all that. खामोश मुजाहिद is not something new. ये इन लोगों का term नहीं है, पुराना है. They're trying to take a lot of credit, but those guys have been after this chap, Asim Munir Unplugged. I have a different angle. I am not going by what they say. That's a lot of hoopla. अब कब होगा देखते हैं. He is trying to do complete perception change. And how best to do perception change is to go meet the people that you are kind of kicking, right? The women, the children. So ये बड़ा interesting है भाई. They he goes and meets the children of his martyrs. This is something I picked up from the article, which actually showed this. ठीक है. His martyrs. He said, "You are our children. The way evildoers humiliated our martyrs, the enemy did not do the same." नो एक ये बड़ा नैरेटिव से बाहर निकल रहा है पाकिस्तान के अंदर. दे मुजीबुर रहमान फॉर सम रीजन इज बिकमिंग वेरी फेमस इन पाकिस्तान. 1971 is very very famous in Pakistan. Somebody made a wall of shame where the Pakistanis were surrendering to India. So that reality check in terms of social media narrative जो पहले सिर्फ गाली गलौज में होता था, अब वो चीजें actual. So he's also said the same thing. Oh ho. The burn this photograph had caused. The burn, guys. The burn. People got burnt. And this is just after Bajwa Sahab had just come back from Dubai after buying those flashy new eyeglasses, I think. You know, story goes, usne, don't ask me, but $12.7 million he spent on a penthouse in Dubai. तो ये कर डील शील कर कुरा के अपना नया आई ग्लासेस खरीदे and he came and he sat down with Asim Munir. That tells you कि साहब all is well. ठीक है. The army is, I am with you, you are with me. Let's cover up, let's figure it out. ये बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग सी चीज है and we need to understand this very carefully. ठीक है. So बाजवा साहब, and look at Bajwa's body language ना, एकदम confident. Asim Munir still seems a little stiff. Bajwa is relaxed. Right? Now see this. This guy writes, Mistri Munir is burning fire of revenge by sitting with Bajwa, giving the message to the whole nation that corruption is right. And Bajwa, whatever, made PDM and handed over the country to the army. And now Mistri is running the country. Pakistanis, wake up. See the language that has been written. Right? So this is, people are talking. I'm coming back to the point. The reason I put this here is just to tell you that people talk amongst themselves. आज वो ट्विटर बंद कर दोगे, people फिर भी फोन पे बात करेंगे यार. You can't stop them. So that virus is kind of gone inside. ठीक है. जो आर्मी को नॉन ट्रस्ट करना, that virus is there. I don't trust them. But bottom line is Imran Khan is lost. ठीक है. That's something that we need to understand. Imran Khan की काफी बत्ती बंद हो रखी है. The question is, will the people continue against the army? अभी तक तो social media campaign and ये वो चल रहा है. कोई road protest and all that is not happening. How long will the people continue to protest against the army? आप कुछ बोलो, उठा के जेल में डाल देंगे आपको, ये वो and all that stuff. But how long? Right? So, village people, PTI workers, ये वो, will they continue this agitation against the army? Because the Imran Khan has toned down. वो थोड़ा भी नाम वाम नहीं ले रहा, कोई dirty Harry नहीं, कोई ये नहीं, कोई वो नहीं, कोई honey bunny and that. All that is not happening anymore. It's just very, very toned down. Now, rumor has it, Bushra is saying, भाई अब मैं जा रही हूँ. तेरी चक्कर में मेरे को बाहर नहीं जाने दे रहे, मैं जा रही हूँ. Anyways, I don't know that, but this is a rumor which says, and I've put it very clearly, it's a rumor, but she is leaving him again. Some very keen observers in Pakistan have pointed this out to me, and I couldn't get a photograph, but this was something that was pointed out to me on a Twitter DM chat, that वो जो एक रिंग शिंग पहनता था इमरान खान टू सिग्निफाई दैट ही वाज मैरिड, नाउ इन द पास्ट सम टाइम दैट रिंग इज नॉट बीन सीन. अब ये कोई पाकिस्तानी है, एक कोई जो मेरे को थोड़ा सा अंदर की बात समझाता है कभी कभार. He told me this. So I don't know. Something's happening there. Brings me to the big question. Now, guys, यहाँ पर अभी है थोड़ा सा गेम. What is the deal? ठीक है. Now, Srinivasan had mentioned something about UK, USA, and this and that. मेरा थोड़ी थ्योरी डिफरेंट है, बट लेट्स सी. ठीक है. इमरान खान had said, भाई डायलॉग कर लेते हैं यार, आई मेक अ कमेटी. उसने सुबह बोला, शाम को कमेटी बन गई. दिस गाय सेड बगर ऑफ, वी नॉट टॉकिंग टू यू. यू फर्स्ट अपोलोजाइज फॉर May 9th. ठीक है. सो दिस गाय, एंड बाय द वे, ये जब May 9th ये सब अरेस्ट होने से पहले फवाद चौधरी वाज लीडिंग अ टीम हु वाज टॉकिंग टू द पीडीएम. तो ये लोग साथ में बैठ के बात साथ कर रहे थे. ऐसा नहीं है कि ये कट ऑफ थे. दे वर ट्राइंग टू डू समथिंग. Who was it brokered by and this and that, different story altogether, but वो भी काफी काफी interesting story है. So they were having talks. So Imran Khan said कि भाई let's talk again. These guys said no, हम नहीं करते. तुम पहले apologize करो. ठीक है. Now Imran Khan is reviewing, and you guys realize I've copied this from somewhere, and this is my source who's telling me this. ठीक है. And I had a long conversation with this gentleman on Twitter, and he said this. He said, "Yeah, Imran Khan is now reviewing a deal where he can spend some time away. It's not a permanent removal like what happened to Nawaz Sharif. ठीक है. Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and UAE or any other. Now, Srinivasan, you said UK, USA. ठीक है. Now, I say UK, USA is not kind of suitable for the army because यार देखो ऐसा है, पाकिस्तान का ना एक बड़ा pro इमरान खान गुट है UK, USA में. He can create a lot of trouble for these guys. Although देखो यार, आर्मी इनकी थोड़ी बेवकूफी है. Their army is not really thought this through, but if I was anybody in that Pakistani army, मैं UK, USA नहीं भेजूंगा उसको. They're democratic countries. They love the protest and this and that. वो खड़े होके ह्यूमन राइट्स वाले खड़े हो जाएंगे, ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा. If I was आसिम मुनीर, I would say ना, इसको ना ऐसी टाइट जगह में भेजना है. ठीक है. बिकॉज यार ही कैन क्रिएट ट्रबल फॉर देम. यार यू मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड, ही इज पॉलिटिकली रेलेवेंट. अभी भी वहां से बकवास करनी शुरू हो जाएगा तो क्या करोगे. सो इमरान खान इज स्टिल अ पावर. यू कांट राइट हिम ऑफ, राइट. सो दिस गाय इज गोना, इसको कहीं पे सेफ जगह पे डालना है. नाउ लेट्स एलिमिनेट. मैंने बोला किंगडम ऑफ सऊदी अरेबिया. यार किंगडम ऑफ सऊदी अरेबिया तो उसको गाली गुली देके आ गया था, पता नहीं कुछ. ही सेड समथिंग. Saudis are not very happy. But what gave me the thought was about a week or so ago, the Emir of UAE had spoken to Asim Munir. That's how it starts, if you remember. And जो लोग थोड़ा सा पाकिस्तानी हिस्ट्री को जानते हैं, नवाज शरीफ जो गया था, this is exactly what happened from Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Right? They started talking to the army chief and said, यार छोड़ दो, कोई बात नहीं. And my thought process is, yeah, somebody from the Middle East will come. From which country, from where, I have a hint, but it's going to be a wild rumor, so just forget it. Somebody will come, right, to meet Imran Khan specifically. वो आएगा, आर्मी चीफ से मिलेगा, शहबाज शरीफ से मिलेगा, इमरान खान से मिलने के लिए आएगा. He'll come for that. The second we come to know what that country is, that is the country where Imran Khan is headed. ठीक है. Now, if Pakistan benefits without me, I'll be happily to step down for my country. Question. You'll remove Imran Khan. What happens to the PTI? 2-3 characters. Asad Umar. He resigned as the general secretary from PTI. He's not resigned from the PTI. And today he said Imran Khan is the vote getter in PTI. Okay, interesting. Shah Mahmood Qureshi, the big, you know, big time guy, he's in jail, not jail, some, I don't know, something. He's somewhere out of the picture. But he's refused to kind of negotiate, or he's been kept out of the picture as part of a deal with him. So if the army wanted to crush the PTI, why would they let them be outside? Right? I wanted to corroborate what this source of mine told me, that thoda sa vote share usko bhi denge and all that stuff. Then I started doing some digging and I realized there's some sense to it. Okay. Jahangir Tareen says he will launch a new political party, and a lot of people are saying, "Bhai, ये 72 hours में होगा." सुप्रीम कोर्ट की तरफ से उसको क्लियरेंस मिल गया है. प्रेसिडेंट अलवी हैज साइंड द बिल रिमूविंग ऑल द सुओ मोटो एंड ऑल दैट, clearing the way for him. He has not been targeted by the army, and he says, I'm going to launch a new political party. Interesting. What is the army thinking? Now, if I was Asim Munir, I would, you know, do this and say, करना क्या है भाई? इमरान खान को क्या करना है? What is the deal? See, elimination थोड़ा सा, मारना शारना थोड़ा सेंसिटिव हो जाएगा. तो इसको क्वाइटली बाहर निकालना पड़ेगा. यू हैव टू फाइंड अ वे. या तो इसको बीमार करेंगे या कुछ करेंगे, तो ताकि इसको जा सके, सो दैट इमरान खान हिमसेल्फ. देखो यार, ऐसा है, अगर आर्मी इसको बोलती है ना जाने को, फिर प्रोसिक्यूशन हो जाएगी. यहाँ इमरान खान को खुद आके बोलना है कि साहब मेरे को जाने दो, मेरे को अपना इलाज कराना है, मेरे को ये करना है, मुझे वो करना है, समथिंग दैट दैट विल बी इजी. सो आर्मी के साथ जो डील चल रही होगी, दे वुड बी टेलिंग हिम, यार तू पूछ. वो बोलता मैं नहीं पूछता, मेरे को यूके यूएसए भेजो. अब यूके यूएसए तो जाएगा नहीं वो. ठीक है, दैट्स अ, आई मीन, दिस आर्मी इज अ बेवकूफ, सो कोई भरोसा नहीं है. बट आर्मी इज ऑल्सो थिंकिंग, यार इलेक्शन कराएं कि नहीं कराएं, अक्टूबर में है, करना है कि नहीं करना, व्हाट डू वी डू. बिकॉज कराओ और पीटीआई जीत गई तो गड़बड़ हो जाएगी. कराओ, ज्यादा रुकिंग रिगिंग करो, पकड़े गए तो और पंगे. पब्लिक विल बी पिस्ड ऑफ. व्हाट डू यू डू? Right? A lot of people are saying they'll just chug along for a little bit, then declare this thing gone, they'll put a caretaker, ये वो कर कुरा के कुछ emergency, and they'll move it to next year. I don't know. I don't know the Pakistani Election Commission policies, so I can't say ban the PTI or not. चला था ये rumor, but कुछ हुआ नहीं उसका. Now see, army is no friend of Shehbaz Sharif or Nawaz Sharif and this and that. ठीक है. One thing that we have realized is, यार, the army institution is pretty sacrosanct. खड़ी रहती है वो. पाकिस्तानी हो, जो मर्जी हो, खड़ी रहती है. They've supported the chief. अब ये पूरे इमरान खान के साथ फाइट के चक्कर में, इज द करंट गाय शहबाज शरीफ गेटिंग मोर एंड मोर पावर. दैट्स अ डेंजरस थिंग. नहीं तो उसको भी काटना पड़ेगा बाद में. ठीक है. बिकॉज यू ट्राइंग टू काउंटर इमरान खान, आपने राना सुल्लाह को थोड़ी सी पास दे रखी है, अब वो सिर पे चढ़ गया तो पंगे हो जाएंगे. विच इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट हैपेंस. आप किसी को लेके आते हो, उसको थोड़ा खुला छूट देते हो, वो आपके सिर में चढ़ के बैठ जाता है. They also realize as long as Imran Khan is there, whether a jail, exile, forced retirement, he will pose a threat. Now, the deal would be how to neutralize his threat and make sure it is not as credible. ठीक है. So even if he stays in the country, वो कहीं जाता नहीं है, उसको थोड़ा न्यूट्रलाइज करना है, उसकी थोड़ा काटना है उसको. अब that's going to be difficult because he's a cult. ठीक है, we'll talk about that. Military establishment को जो चाहिए है, he needs a political force in Punjab who's favorable to the army, who helps in recruitment, and also keeps these PMLN guys on the bay. क्योंकि उसको पता है सारा नवाज शरीफ आके मेरे सिर पे बैठ जाएगा, तो ये if they get a walkover in the elections तो पंगे हो जाएंगे. Possibility, yeah. They made mistakes before. I'm sure they're thinking about this. If they are smart, if they're not, they should watch my show. But see, look at it. If ये जो नैरेटिव है कि भाई इनके साथ है, इनके साथ कोई नहीं है, वो अपने मतलब में है, वो अपने मतलब में है, नथिंग एल्स। इनका जब मतलब अलग होगा तो एक ये भी गालियां निकालेंगे. If I were someone, I would say यार no elections till the time इमरान खान का फेवरेबल सोल्यूशन आ गया एंड पीएमएलएन को हमने कंट्रोल करा है बाय क्रिएटिंग अ लोकल पार्टी समवेयर टू क्रिएट सम सॉर्ट ऑफ अ ऑपोजिशन टू दीज गाइज इन पंजाब. जहांगीर तरीन पंजाब में थोड़ा सा पीएमएलएन या शहबाज शरीफ की पार्टी को थोड़ा कंट्रोल करते हैं ताकि इट्स अ बैलेंस थिंग. वी कैन रेडी प्ले अराउंड विद देम. ये सब कर लो यार, पॉलिटिकल इंजीनियरिंग आप कर लो, बट ये जो कल्ट फॉर्मेशन जो दिमाग में गया है उसको क्या करोगे? मारोगे पीटोगे ठीक है, कोई मरेगा, उसके फैमिली वाले और चढ़ जाएंगे, और ये होगा वो होगा, ऑल दैट विल हैपन. सो देयर इज अ प्रॉब्लम देयर. हाउ डू यू टेक अवे द मेमोरीज of an army base being attacked, of an army memorial being attacked by its own people? How do you take away that? That's a big problem. Black Day बोलो, 9/11 बोलो, ये बोलो, सब कुछ बोलो. Now, एक चीज हमको समझनी है. The difference between Imran Khan and anything that has happened in the past is that जो इमरान खान का narrative था, right? I mean, they were good so-called popular leaders before Benazir, ये वो and all that. Imran Khan narrative was made by the ISI. यार. They made it very well. बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाया उसको, एंड दे नीडेड हिम दैट टाइम टू गेट rid of the two strong men of Pakistan, the two strong parties of Pakistan. So they created him like that, and for 3.5 4 years they sold it to the people that ye hai bhai, this is the guy, this is the masiha, this is the this what you know रियासत मदीना बनाएगा, ये करेगा वो करेगा, all that stuff. So that dream was sold by the army itself. Now the army is turning around and saying ना ना वो गलत था यार ये. So there's that problem. There's that human factor which the army will have to deal with. Let me just take this off. Now the Pakistani army knows by experience, this is something that I found very insightful, that it's extremely difficult to transfer a vote bank. कोई इमरान खान को पसंद करता है, वो इमरान खान को पसंद करता है, ठीक है. We can see the cultish formation, women dancing, ये वो, this that all that stuff. पॉपुलर बेस को काट सकते हो, विच इज व्हाट दे ट्राइंग टू डू. ये ड्रग्स करता है, ये करता है, ये देखो इसके वीडियो देखो, इसका ये है, इसका वो है, ऑल दैट दे ट्राइंग टू डू. एंड आई सेड दिस हैज हैपेंड टू पीपल बिफोर. द पीपीपी 10 साल तक वो जेल में था यार. पीएमएलएन को तो फाड़ फूड़ के फेंक दिया था इन लोगों ने आफ्टर 99 मुशर्रफ ने. दे चेंज द नेम, दे कॉल्ड इट मुस्लिम लीग कायदे आजम, दिस दैट ये वो, बट द सपोर्ट बेस स्टिल रिमेन्ड. They are still people who are very, very pro Nawaz Sharif and Shahbaz Sharif and all that stuff. So support base is still there. The army knows that very well, right? Or if it doesn't, they can watch my show. फैज हमीद कहाँ है भाई? क्या है इसके पास? ना इसकी भी स्टोरी है कि he was the guy who made the plan कि यार ये होना चाहिए, these are the soft points, these are vulnerable points, ये करो. इनिशियली था कि भाई a lot of people are from the Faiz camp within the army, वो बड़े गुस्सा हैं इससे, ठीक है. But understand, yeah, the guy was a ISI boss. He's got connections all over the place with all sorts of nefarious people. Hafiz Saeed, this, that, ye, wo, everybody. He's the guy behind, quiet, not saying anything, knows this thing, know that thing. एक वो आया उसके ऊपर, we will investigate him. हुआ कुछ नहीं, 4 दिन हो गए, कोई इन्वेस्टिगेशन नहीं हुई अभी तक. The rumor has it that he has some stuff on Bajwa. on Munir and on the Sharifs, the Sharif system, SS, not Shabazz Sharif, the Sharif system. He's got some stuff where he can put them into a lot of trouble. That's why nobody touches him. It's very well known that he's very pally with the TTP guys and the Taliban guys and all that stuff. Interestingly, इसको जो इनका home minister है, that Rana Sanaullah guy, he had said that this general should be charged under terrorism charges for spreading terror within our country. ठीक है, so he's got some stuff. देखो मेरे को पता नहीं है क्या है इसके पास, है मेरे पास कोई कंफर्मेशन नहीं है. I don't know. This is just my own thought process. Why hasn't anybody touched him till now? And I read somewhere that his three targets would be one, two, and three. So I said, okay, अगर इसके तीन target बाजवा, मुनीर and the Sharifs है, so obviously he's got some protection against them. इसका क्या एंगल है भाई? I mean, he's not a, देखो भाई, he's a tactician. He's not. I can't believe that he's very smitten with Imran Khan. Yeah, that 70-year-old bloke, although damn fit, but 70-year-old bloke. Do you guys think, and let me know in the comments, I mean, do you guys really think that Faiz Hameed is, taken away by Imran Khan's policies and taken away by Imran Khan's leadership and this and that? Or this is Faiz's own fight, where Imran Khan is a pawn being used by certain anti-Pakistani army elements to create that particular chaos which we are seeing today? A lot of people said he's a CIA agent. Some guy I said today, what deputy, some minister said he's a raw agent. वो तो यार आना ही था बीच में, but in any case, that's not newsworthy even. But one must understand that there is some dynamic at the back end, right? Now my friend here, who I've been kind of behind on Twitter, I mean his tweets don't irritate me, but it's funny. So CDSR was doing a research that South Asian futures and all that stuff. And is Pakistan not part of South Asia? What kind of research you want to conduct without Pakistani scholars? यार ये भाई ना special है. Now I want to go back to this. Understand one thing, and let me just put this off. Last couple of things before I take your questions, and please do send in questions, comments. Imran Khan's options are pretty limited, right? And the army knows यार इसको country में भी रखो, बाहर भी रखो, we have to control him. He'll be more in control if he's in the country, and he'll be decently in control if he's in a stronger country like UAE or somewhere जहाँ उसको control कर सको. ठीक है. The most interesting thing which I find in this entire game is that the PTI itself was made out of people who came इधर उधर से आए, इनको खड़ा करके साथ में PTI खड़ी कर दी. अभी वही बंदे को तुमने उतारा, अब इनको कहीं और भेज दोगे. You're creating another political party with Jagir Tareen and trying to do a third experiment to ensure that यार थोड़ा सा ये PTI का भी वोट काटो, PMLN का भी थोड़ा वोट काटो, किसी को मेजोरिटी मिले ना, उसके बाद हम जरा थोड़ा सा ठीक ठाक करके रखें इनको. ये बेवकूफों के हाथ में देते हैं तो ये तो खत्म ही कर देते हैं. So this is something that the army might be thinking about. But the biggest question is इमरान खान का करना क्या है? एनसी यार इमरान खान जाएगा तो उसकी बीवी को साथ में भेजना पड़ेगा. Unless and until तलाक 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 हो जाए, इनका खत्म हो गया. She goes back to her old first husband and खत्म. Something is up. Imran Khan has to decide. बड़ी जल्दी decide करना पड़ेगा. And I'm telling you guys, keep a track for any just a short visit of a small diplomat somewhere just to go and meet Imran Khan. Middle East से कहीं पे भी कुछ आता है, you know that's the country is going to, because then the negotiations have come to a point of fruition. अभी तक चल रहा है. अभी तक कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ. ठीक है. सो there's a difference. And this is something that we must understand कि ये जो a lot of people are saying अब तो भाई इमरान खान खत्म हो गया उसको ये हो, ना 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 ना. And I think the army also recognizes the fact कि भाई इसको खत्म करना बड़ा मुश्किल है. राइट. इसको जेल जूल में भी डाल दो, लोग परेशान हो जाएंगे यार तुम्हारा. you'll have a problem. So you might put him in jail for a month, or then you might tell the court या इसको हाउस अरेस्ट में डाल दो, ये कर दो वो कर दो. You just put him inside somewhere just to take the this thing out of it, हवा out of it. That is quite possible. So that's the game. ये कुछ डील कर रहा है अभी. एंड पीछे से द आर्मी इज क्रिएटिंग अ पार्टी आउट ऑफ हिज ओन पार्टी टू मेक हिम रियलाइज इवन फर्दर दैट यार तू अभी खत्म हो गया है. बट ऑन द कॉन्ट्री इनको रिमाइंड कराना चाहूंगा मैं. They did the same thing with Sheikh Mujibur Rahman in Bangladesh, and he literally single-handedly won that election. Is the army afraid of that? I'm sure they are. I'm sure they read the history. If they don't, then congratulations to them, and I'd request them to plan some action with India, because then we'll teach them what is history. But एक छोटी सी nagging सी चीज मेरे दिमाग में घूमती है, and I'm going to ask you guys a question today. ठीक है, जवाब दो यार. अगर इमरान खान कहीं चले भी जाता है, ठीक, let's say he goes somewhere, goes to UAE and this and that, how will the army suddenly now start correcting the country जहां पर lot of people are going to be anti the army? गुस्सा तो होगा. अब वो थोड़े टाइम के बाद चले जाएगा यार, भूख शूख लगेगी, गर्मियां आ रही हैं, पंखे चलाते हुए लाइट नहीं होनी, वो सब थोड़ा चले जाएगा. बट हाउ डू यू स्टिल कंट्रोल एंड हाउ डू यू रिक्रूट फ्रॉम अ स्टेट जिनकी तुम मदर्स डॉटर्स ये वो बंदों से उठा रहे हो? Officially you may not say something, but the people that are picking them up, they're also human beings. They talk. कितने टाइम तक आप ये शरार चलाओगे और अपने आप को स्ट्रेंथन करोगे? You may do it today. 2 years down the line, it may again happen, and you may do it again. 3 years down the line, it may happen, and you may do it again. But for how long? One fine day, this horse will break, and that is something we need to understand. Imran Khan is making a deal. PTI is going to get resurrected under some name with the same blokes. PMNN will find his wings getting clipped very soon, because the army realizes कि ये ज़्यादा strong हो जाएंगे तो पंगा होगा. And of course, the army's biggest priority today would be to get the courts to straighten up. And that is something I am watching for. How will they do that? कितनों का videos हैं इनके ऊपर, कितनों का क्या है? And let me tell you, a lot of people are saying the courts are standing up. I don't buy it. The reason is, every time the army is taken over in Pakistan, it was the Supreme Court who came out and gave a law of necessity. ठीक है? So this is the game till now, which a lot of people might not tell you. I thought, let me try and join some dots and let's see what you guys have to say. Hey, yeah, before I do, guys, like the video, subscribe. Most importantly, यार थोड़ा help करो, push up करो. कितने likes आ गए हैं? Let's see. My first Hinglish show on solo, we have got 30 likes. Come on, guys, we can do better than that. थोड़ा सा let's not forget that. That's very important. That's something that you have to do for me. Just touch that button a little bit. It helps, right? Just a light touch. I'm not asking you to press anything. I'm not asking you to do anything. It's just a light touch that you can help me with. Right, let's see. Now, like, subscribe, share the message with your friends. Let's make this community bigger. You can join the community by becoming a member. My WhatsApp group link is down below. Telegram group link is down below. You can contribute directly to me through this QR code right here, or join, send us a super sticker or a super chat. Thank you so much for watching till now. Some experts say Imran Khan is a Western man. They say that the they cite the closing of the CPC during his tenure as evidence. Others claim he's a Chinese man. He's creating ruckus against the army who's pro-West. I know who these some people are. This some people have actually changed their statements from part one to part two, and then from part two to part one again. I think of a very simple thing. Now, Imran Khan might have certain connections. There's no question about it. ठीक है, उसका कुछ होगा वहां पर. But at the end of it, please understand, if he had that strong connections, why was he struggling in politics for what 25 years? He would have been brought in much earlier. And if he had such strong connections with China and this and that, I don't think the army would have thrown him out. Why he shut off the CPEC project is because if you guys remember, that time the Papa General, Papa John's General, or one of these generals who ate up a lot of money, which is pretty much all of them, he was in charge of the CPEC project and उसका corruption का charge बाहर निकला था. Right? And a lot of narrative was like, यार ये क्या हो रहा है? चाइना को हमको पैसे देने हैं, ये हो क्या रहा है? So that's when he started asking questions. 2019 के करीब में he started asking questions. He formed a committee ये वो. हुआ कुछ नहीं. He pissed off the Chinese. That's all he did. But if I was the Chinese, I wouldn't want to touch the army. If I was an Indian, I won't want to touch the army. Remember, army is like a protective shield against you right now. The Pakistani army, by the way. वो कुछ हम पे भी उल्टे काम करते रहते हैं, but they're a protective shield. They're keeping all this ISIS, TTP, TSP, TMP, GMP, all of them उनको दूर रख रही है. तो जब तक ये ठीक है, तब तक हमारे बॉर्डर पे ये सब कचरा नहीं आएगा. So I don't buy the theory that he's a Chinese man, of course, but I do buy the theory that he would have a lot of connections with the West. There is no question about it. Right. So Srinivasa, I think I answered your questions with regards his this thing, and thank you so much for joining in as a member. Thanks so much. You were asking about UK, USA, and all that. I think I answered that question. I don't think it's going to be USA, UK. Those are free countries, and they might just create trouble. Zhang Buddha says my main point is that Imran Khan has managed to change the mindset of the people against the army. He has managed to expose the Pakistani army, and this change in mindset is good for Pakistan in the long run. Now, I don't want to be too pessimistic, brother, but you understand you're talking about Pakistan, right? This is a country that has not changed after getting beaten up in all four wars it has fought, after losing half its country, after going through sanctions, after being a stepping stone for the US for 20 years. I don't think they've changed. The funny thing is that the army is again trying to create a narrative which is going to be slow to set in, and we'll be able to see it in the next couple of weeks and stuff like that playing out. But yeah, what I'm worried about when I talk about the mindset is the corruption of the mindset that Imran Khan has been able to do. The superiority of complex that he's putting into people. The 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 traits of clashes, the traits of you know you as an army you can't be against your people. Remember that. You're not an army then. It's not going to happen. So he's been able to do that. And I worry about the guy who's standing in front of the nuclear weapons station holding a gun. What is his mindset? Is his wife, auntie, uncle, mummy, chacha, chachi, cousin, one of them a PTI supporter? And have they gone through something? What is his mindset? Does he actually believe in what nonsense is happening? And one fine day, when PTI guys who are like superhuman beings today walk up to this, nuclear power guy and he opens the gate. What's happened to the mindset? This is a very interesting question. One has to have a very deep knowledge of philosophy to analyze that. Unfortunately, I don't. But what I see is a corruption of mindset, which is undeniable. JBJP. Bro, you've got an interesting name, man. I don't know what your real name is, but this is a good catchphrase sort of a thing. Ask Adi, do you think who do you think is the Khota in Pakistani politics? I'm not. Imran Khan is too dangerous to be labeled that. Any Punjabi politician who can be labeled a Khota, yeah, मेरे लिए Khota तो एक ही है भाई, Billo. He's the only donkey in the world who would stand by an army who killed his bloody family inside out, and he's still saying, "जी साहब मैं करूँगा साहब, जो बोलोगे साहब." That's he's the biggest one. I mean, there's no better example of a Khota than him. Yeah, who do you think is giving money to Afghanistan? Well, another discussion for another day, Atul Saab. I will come back to you on this. There's a very interesting little back end story to this, but it's off topic. We'll stay in touch with me. You can connect with me. I will be sure to do the show. It's going to be interesting, right? Okay, let's see what's the next. What's the next? ओहो इतनी लंबी कॉन्वर्सेशन चल रही है. Kumar Gopalan, good evening. Jai Bharat, and thank you so much. Every time he comes in, he always says, "Everyone, press the like button." Sees he understands how serious it is. So please do that for me, right? Let's see. Okay, Rothschild Jemima will get Khan to UK. Well, you know, UK is a bit. I won't be surprised if he goes there, but at the moment, I think it's a little off track. Kumar, it says, Kumar, you say, in my opinion, everything can be decided as per KP militants' inclination, which way they are inclining, as according to the match, how the match will end. So, see, understand this. KP is a very dangerous place, and Imran Khan has a good cult following there. He's got that following there. For me, the most important thing is his relations with the TTP and the Taliban. Has he been able to uh, try and figure out how to leverage out of them? So that's the most interesting thing which may happen today, right? JBJPU again say that Imran Khan is behaving exactly like a fanatic Pashtun will behave if that Pashtun gets chance of power. He will take things to the extreme. It's their 800-year history, same pattern. Yeah, well, I would say he's behaving like that, but he's not a Pashtun. He's a Punjabi. I mean, probably a Muhajir. His family is from Jalandhar, so I don't know how he equates that. I remember him getting featured in some BBC documentary wearing that Pashtun hat and roaming around in these mountains and stuff like that. Probably that's where he picked it up and he realized, yeah, this is chai. Rizwan, it says according to Major Adil Raja, Faiz has compromising videos of many prominent personalities. Well, I don't know if I would put my money on Adil Raja, brother. He's a bit too loud for my liking. I don't know what is his source and this and that. And here is the guy who was earning, by his own words, 1,200 crores a year. He was doing business with the same Pakistani army that he abuses today. So there could be a lot behind his story. So we don't know, right? But as you say, take anything Adil Raja say with a huge mountain of salt. I am taking logic. I don't know. I've not watched Adil Raja show when did he say this or anything like that. But मेरा तो लॉजिक है यार. उसको क्यों नहीं पकड़ा अभी तक? कुछ तो है ना. And look at the amount of videos and this and that coming out. So obviously यार ISI का बंदा है, videos है तो ये करता ही होगा फिर ऐसे काम, right? So that's something that, yeah, exactly. Faiz probably has assets in the TTP. Quite possible, sir. Quite possible. Absolutely no question about it. Global Office 2.0 asked Adi the scale of attacks that took place, and with the accuracy, there must be some army man involved who was planned and executed. My guess is Faiz Hameed. My guess isn't far away from that as well, sir. Why is he not brought to justice? Exactly what I'm asking. What does he have? What is the leverage? Adil Raja saying something. I don't know what he's saying and what kind of this thing, but I am quite sure he knows stuff. And Asim Munir is no clean shake. There was a report in 2018-19 time sometime wherein a tile merchant by the name of Abdul something. He was uh, building. He was sending tiles into Central Asia and all that stuff, and he was doing some smuggling. And it seems that Asim Munir caught him and asked him for a 90 crore rupee bribe to let that happen. So I don't know. A lot of people say Imran Khan and this guy don't get together because this guy came and told Imran Khan, "Ki bhai, your wife is doing this." I know the part two of the story where Imran Khan turned around and told him, "Listen, dude, my wife might be doing this. What are you doing? Here is the proof." So that's where the there's a bit of a tussle between both these guys. I don't think that would be much of a challenge. But this is this is this is the thing. Sri Iyer, brother, this is Adi. So these Pakistani generals have used properties in the UAE and Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Why would they let them go? Let them go. Money trumps everything. You're right. They won't. They won't. Savan, I will take this subject up. It's an interesting. I'm doing some research. I will take this subject up. Batraji, you say Adiji Taliban angle may be there with Faiz Hameed. Army may want to have good relations with Taliban. Faiz might be the person who can do that. You never know, sir. These guys are all turncoats. I won't be surprised कल इमरान खान आसिम मुनीर के हाथ मिला रहा है बोल रहा है नहीं बेस्ट जनरल इन द वर्ल्ड इनका कोई भरोसा नहीं है इनका कोई माई बाप नहीं है क्या व्हाट इज दिस कंट्री दैट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट हाफ द कंट्री वांट्स टू गेट इमरान खान बैक टू डू व्हाट क्या करेगा वो ऐसी क्या चीज है जो पाकिस्तान को सुधार लेगा व्हाट विल ही डू विल ही बी एबल टू कंट्रोल द आर्मी सीरियसली दैट्स नॉट गोना हैपन Rao Saab, you say we need to have more focus on India. Pakistan procurement in India is a problem. Discuss. Sir, I'm not a procurement expert. Then, I mean, with kind of this thing, I do discuss procurement with a lot of people, but it's off subject. I'm sorry. I'm not an expert on procurement. I look at geopolitics. I look at international relations. A lot of people pose themselves to be defense experts when they've probably not worn a uniform or even been 5 feet close to a uniform in their life. It's a subject which is a little more specialist than that. But I agree with you. It's concerning. There's no question about it. The Air Force situation is concerning. A lot of stuff is moving. Some stuff is happening. Some stuff isn't. So it is concerning. But I am not much of an expert in that particular field. I could answer if your question if you would like, if you would ask me something specific, and if I know, I will be sure to answer it. Right? So thank you for your question. There you go. Jahangir Tareen will head a new party with all old PTI members. I just said this, sir. So Imran Khan can't contest, and that's very well. I don't know if people know that Imran Khan is disqualified from elections. But who cares in this country? All this can change. If tomorrow the army decide no, Imran Khan is the guy, all this will change. It'll just go, right? Okay. Srinivas Iyer, you say, how does Pakistan maintain influence in Saudi and UAE? They're a bankrupt state, and Saudi UAE is also moving away from the US slowly. It'll be nice to hear your view, Adi bhai. See, yaar, Saudi Arabia, this is back in the day when the Iranian Revolution happened in 79. So I'll take this as the last question because this is a bit longer. The Iranian Revolution happened. Saudi realized that there are a lot of Shias in Pakistan. If I don't do something within Pakistan, these guys might just switch over to the Iranian side. So they sent in these Wahhabi clerics and stuff like that within Pakistan who set up these madrasas, gave them tons of money. I mean, the containers and containers of full of money used to come to propagate that Wahhabi tradition within Pakistan to get them to become this thing. If you remember, by 60s, 50s, 60s, Pakistan was still a very open society. Drinking wasn't. It was frowned upon in religious circles if it was open. There were restaurants, there were dance clubs. Yeah, well, things were pretty normal, especially in Karachi and larger cities and stuff like that. It's only post this that this whole change that was done by the Saudis who pumped in their Wahhabis and stuff like that to create that change and to ensure that the Sunni part of the Islam in Pakistan was actually kept together and kept Sunni, right? So they were worried. Now, the Saudi and UAE kind of have quite a close relation in terms of their foreign policy. They're part of the OIC. They've got these, they are the leaders of the Islamic world, at least Saudi is. And UAE is kind of very close to Saudi. So they coordinate very, very well. They, yeah, well, you say they're moving away from the US. In a way, yes, and in a way, no. Please understand the US is still the largest security guarantor of the Middle East. जो मिडल ईस्ट में पूरी सिक्योरिटी है, जो सिक्योरिटी अम्ब्रेला है, उसका गारंटर अभी भी यूएसए है. इफ यूएसए हट जाता है वहां से, कल सऊदी अरेबिया के ऊपर ईरानियन अटैक्स होने शुरू हो जाएंगे. Please understand that. And if the US has a stupid administration right now and they've lost a little focus, doesn't mean that they can't get it back like that. uh, the reason I say that is because इन लोगों ने Hezbollah को बुलाया था. Hezbollah chief was called, and the USA just said, what, really, excuse me. And that chief's, a day prior to his visit into Saudi, his visa was cancelled. He was just cut off. So there's a lot more that doesn't meet the eye and which does not probably come into the media propaganda that we see in our news channels as well. The sad story is that a lot of people who claim to make a difference in news media today are doing the same damn thing that they used to do in the previous organizations, have not made a single iota of change. Most of our media, when they talk about ये जो इंटरनेशनल रिलेशंस के बारे में बोलेंगे, वो कोट करेंगे कहाँ से? वॉशिंगटन पोस्ट, न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स, न्यूयॉर्क पोस्ट, this that and all that. So I don't buy any of that. I don't have a TV, I don't watch it, and I don't read a newspaper. So I keep my brain clean, and that's how you can actually think. So, coming back to your question, one last comment is that UAE and Saudi today are trying to kind of become the leaders of that region. They've realized, यार ये ना ये बेवकूफी जो हा हू ये चलेगा नहीं ज़्यादा टाइम तक. We gotta settle out our stuff. And secondly, if for some reason I get this very bad feeling that Iran is going to be next on the menu as far as the US is concerned. And if that is the case, then what we are seeing with Afghanistan happening in Iran, uh, irritating Iran like that, and what we're seeing with the hijab, anti-hijab protest, and this and that, whole lot of things, it's really serious that something might just happen in this region. Batraji, you ask Erdogan changes attitude towards India. I don't think so, sir. It will not happen. He's very pro-Pakistan, very anti-Kashmir, and this and that. That's not going to happen. But he's got his problems, so he's going to try and kind of establish himself and make sure that he doesn't get thrown out of NATO. Thank you guys for joining in. That was a interesting long show where I tried to put out a theory, a thesis, a understanding of what's happening in Pakistan. As usual, like, subscribe, and most importantly, share this video with your friends. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Write loads and loads of comments. My watchers from Pakistan, and I know all of you are there. I can see your comments. I respond to some of them as well. Please do write your comments and tell the people in your country this is the deal your favorite, if you are a PTI supporter, Imran Khan is doing. Till next time for another show, Jai Hind.